It's number 4 against number 5 in the West, Oklahoma City. The upstarts is an NBA postseason unlike any other. And if you like to choose scoring champion James Harden against his old buddy Chris Paul. For Paul, starting lineups and how both of these two teams will start. Mike D'Antoni will insert.
Well, the way he got into the starting lineup, his very first start was January 20th.
Since Houston made that big trade shipping Clint Capella out of town, as Danilo Gallinari. Gallinari is there. Shot clock down to 3. Harden pulls the trigger and hits. That time the recipient.
Here's that step back, and Gallinari, you can. House made a great effort. A lot of guys will just let that play go after a turnover.
Tucker, that's hit. Builds on its lead. Gallo thought about the 3. Adams inside, sheds the defender.
Game, so he's their pace and their attack on the rim.
Harden has to
watch as Harden shoots his step back here. His patented move. Schroeder does not lunge at him.
No shortage of storylines in this series. This is Daniel House. Now Ben McLemore, what is the team that began the season 23-11 as Harden comes down the paint.
Finish and not foul him. And quite honestly, I'm not sure where he got fouled there.
Off the bench this season.
I think it's the best area, the best in the league. He blocks shots, he runs the floor, he's done a very good job.
Jeff Green fakes the 3, puts it on the deck, a little bit of contact. Everyone, of course, keeping their fingers crossed, Stan, that there will be no positive tests, as Eric Gordon with Schroeder in the paint. Yeah, there are some rumors that the league may try to condense the playoff schedule once they get past the...
Guys want to win these games, that's what they're here for.
See the defense collect 20-point performances. Here comes Rivers breaking down the defense. If you've just joined us, still looking for his first basket. And he's now over 5. Adams, the tip in.
With that is trying to create turnovers. In the bubble, they had the most steals and forced the most turnovers, but they have played well since.
This is Green kind of twirling around in the paint. Nicely set up by Paul. Long rebound, Gordon. Rockets want to push the pace. Gordon goes right. See the run by Houston, 7 in a row. House on a corner 3. That's good. This right quad strain that he sustained last week. Day-to-day House, backdoor inside for time as this thing has ballooned to up 17 against the Thunder. Paul the drive and kick. Set the
hands, and he's been aggressive tonight.
Baisley, the kick out, that is Mike.
It's Baisley. Drive it hard to the middle. Stay on the floor, pivot and make. They cannot let him keep getting to his right hand all the time where he's much stronger.
Out of Gallo, shot clock down to 3, puts it on the deck, guarded tightly, fires long 2. And he brings Oklahoma City within a dozen. Quick trigger 3.
He's jumping toward them. You're inevitably going to foul. When he creates the space on that step back.
McLemore 3 of 4 off the bench from downtown. He's got 9 points. Gallinari
isolated. Houston loading up their defense, ready to come to help.
Harden again break. Shot
Houston does 5. A lot of that too, Spiro, but you can do that if you have a guy as great as James Harden.
Tucker under.
Best 5-man lineup in the NBA that the Oklahoma City Thunder have at the end of the first half right here, trying to fight their way back into this game.
Shot clock at 6. We've seen so far here, Rockets have hit 5 straight shots as they have built this lead. Adams, boy, nifty. Under 3 minutes left before halftime. Paul steps into a 3. That's as we come up on the final 2 minutes before halftime. Schroeder to the rack. But too much. Covington trying to tap it. It's Paul. Here he comes down the paint, taking flight. And so far, a good start here after a quiet start for Gallinari. 14-5 run on Jeff Green, who has led this second unit from Houston, 13 off the bench. Gordon hanging in mid-rotation
tonight.
I think Mike D'Antoni will take it. Shooter backdoor, Gallinari inside the...
Cut it to 13.
Thunder out of fouls. Harden goes right around Schroeder and much you can do.
No, he's so strong. But Steven Adams there. Look, I know Jeff there. And just watch James
by Danilo Gallinari. So Stan, here we go. How does Billy Donovan get his team back into this one? Is Adams, but
first on offense, keep getting to the free throw line. They're 14 for 17 there with that. OKC, the best comeback team in the league with 17 comeback wins. So watching the guys.
Acquired in that trade early February from Minnesota. Gallinari can't finish. Adams is.
Since the Rockets have gone small, they're the worst rebounding team in the league, and because you got up on Gordon's shot fake, which allowed him to drive, you had to come and help.
Oklahoma City's offense back in gear. Here comes Harden. Gets his defender on his heels again.
Concerned about giving their guy a three. No one comes to help on James. Want their guy to shoot a three.
Stan, I'm seeing your old coaching reflexes come back. Frustrating, and that the trade deadline. They've certainly gone all in. Gallo this season, but not that time, not tonight. Gordon, boy, getting his shoulder
to his right hand and get over in front, and that is not helped by Terrence Ferguson. That is
first points in the second half. So he'll get a much-deserved breather here. Harden, quick trigger. Third three of the night for Harden, 21 points. And now can CP.
A long list of players who've had rough nights defensively against James Harden.
It's a great point. McLemore.
Opportunities to back cut for layups.
Here's Ferguson. That's a desperately need more of that. House beats him back. Right. House still 7 to shoot. House breaks it down. McLemore from deep. Splash. The relationship between Harden and Paul. You know, all the reports about how things became strained towards the end is early tonight. Stan shooting 79% from the field. Harden got it.
The entire Thunder team is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is one of 13 guys in the league.
In game one, Harden.
The rim as Harden knocks down another three.
8 straight for Houston. Largest
around and no players move. That's what Oklahoma City is allowing Houston to a fortuitous role.
Boy, as good as he's been tonight, Stan, that's his first three-pointer in the game. And
Spiro, so I'm shooting well because I'm getting and making good shots. Suter getting good shots, so keep working to get those good shots.
I'm not going to win this argument, so I'll give up.
And you can see what he's done against Chris Paul, but it's really been the backcourt.
Leave after his wife gave birth to their second child, and so there was not the continuity.
I like the way Steven Adams has played in the second half. Really all night.
3, but their lead still at 17 points. Gallo on a deep 3. That's good.
Minutes to go.
29 points for Gallinari. That was his second 3 of the night, but
they've gotten exactly what they needed, and that is typical.
Little misdirection by Gilgeous-Alexander. Good ball movement. Back inside.
Do to get you better shots, and we haven't seen much of that out of the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight.
Very rare.
Under the basket, but then Harden on a great drive. Chris Paul tries to reach.
Westbrook advantage, Thunder. And then you look up and you see this score as Paul. And now they'll reset. That's a.
And creating a course in the business of sports media and entertainment. Paul is all about.
And in our country, and of course CP3 right at the forefront of that group.
No question.
Harden,
against this Rocket defense.
Jeff Green to the rack.
Performance by this team.
Year 12 for Green as Harden goes right in the playoffs. Going to find about a lot about that Bucks team down the stretch.
Defense, it's an outstanding defense. Portland can really score.
TNT. Meanwhile, a game 1 domination here by the Houston. Their second unit, 22 points. The offensive impact we had come to expect. 20.